So today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal. It's not going to be an in the field video. It's not going to be any kind of real education or mini gear review. It's about a new project I've been working on that I'm excited to share with you. And that is a new podcast called Shutter Nonsense. And it is going to be a nature photography podcast that I'm collaborating with Michael Rung of Michael Rung Photography on. So the two of us are going to co-host this podcast all about topics related to nature photography. Now, some of you may know I co-led a workshop with Michael Rung in the Smokies. And that is actually where we recorded our first episode, was while we were out there at the end of the workshop, which is live now, so you can go check it out. And we talked a little bit about workshops, and I think it gives you a pretty representative feel of how we want that podcast to go. So let's talk a little bit more about this podcast. Again, it's called Shutter Nonsense, and our approach to this is it's going to be a very casual, laid-back podcast. Michael has a YouTube channel, I have a YouTube channel, so we don't want the podcast to detract too much from our main YouTube channels. So it's going to be very casual, it's going to be very laid-back. We're going to try to keep the episodes a little on the shorter side, though we're not being super successful at that just yet, but we are keeping them under an hour, so that's good, makes it easy to fit into a drive or something like that. As far as what it's going to be about, it's going to be about landscape photography or nature photography topics that we focus on for an episode. So we'll pick a topic and we'll talk about that topic for the episode. Like I said, the first one's about landscape photography workshop, some of our experiences from a workshop leader perspective of what it was like to lead one and some of the things that we saw, some of the common lessons that we saw run throughout that workshop. We'll talk about other things of interest to nature photographers as well. We'll talk about social media. We'll talk about authenticity in your work. We'll talk about artificial intelligence and the impact of it. We will talk a little bit about what's in our camera bags. We'll talk about camping setups. We'll just talk about anything that's related to nature photography in a very casual manner. It is not going to be an interview-based podcast. It's just truly going to be Michael and I talking about whatever topic we choose for the week and focus in on that to help keep us centered on that conversation. We've had some early listeners describe it as sort of listening to two people talk beside the campfire, and that is exactly the feel that we want from this podcast. Something casual, something that's just friends talking and going forth from there. Now, with that said, though it's not going to be an interview podcast, we will have a special guest on occasion. But we'll have that special guest talking about the same topic we're talking about. So we're not going to do an interview with them. We're going to take a topic and we'll have a special guest to sort of weigh in on their thoughts on it as well. And it'll be just three of us talking about that topic. We're really looking forward to the podcast. We've really been having a lot of fun with it so far, and we hope you'll enjoy it as well. Now, just one more thing before I tell you where you can find us is this is not going to change the dynamic of my YouTube channel. I'm going to keep my same video release schedule, and my YouTube channel is going to stay focused on those mini gear reviews, landscape photography education, whether it be something out in the field, specific camera settings, or editing back in the office, vlogs, all of that kind of stuff. That's all going to stay the same. YouTube channel is going to be the same. Just the podcast I thought would be an interesting way to sort of be a little more laid back, a little more casual, and a little more random. So hopefully folks will enjoy it. Now, by the time this video releases, our first episode is already live, and you can find it on all of your favorite podcast platforms for download, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, all the others. I think we've got them all covered. We are also releasing to YouTube as well. If you prefer that more visual format, you'll see us there. Our channel there is Shutter Nonsense on YouTube. And then, of course, we've got a website. If you're looking to where to go, shutternonsense.com. You can head there, get links to all the various platforms, as well as a link to our Patreon, which is where you can sort of communicate with us. We'll release our episode, and you can communicate. That's where we're sort of focused on back and forth communication, because we really want to hear from you, our audience, and really sort of build a community out of this. So I hope you'll check us out. If you do find yourself enjoying the podcast, a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts would be great. It really helps us out, helps that podcast get traction, helps more people see it, and helps keep it going. So again, thanks for watching. So I'll be back next week with one of my normal form videos. But in the meantime, check out the podcast. And if you enjoy it, be sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. That really helps us out. Thank you and see you next week.